Today I am sharing how we are going to be saving money in 2023. I'm Lena, and on this channel I make money at home content. I share what has helped us reach our financial goals while still living a full life. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Drop a yes in the comments if you reached your financial goals for 2022. So the first thing that we are doing to help ourselves save money in 23 is that we are having a dream session. You could call this a budget meeting, a goals meeting, a year meeting, whatever you want to call it. But I think dream session sounds so much more fun because this is about dreaming about what kind of life you want to have and how you're going to get there. So this is the session where you're dreaming big about your goals. What is your big goal? And maybe this won't happen in 2023, but maybe you're going to get started. So for us, we have a big goal, and there's no way we can do that in a year unless our financial circumstances change dramatically. But we want to have that big goal in mind to keep us on track. So maybe your big goal is saving for that new car. Maybe it's saving for your house. Maybe it's saving for a rental property. Maybe it's saving for a cabin in the woods. Whatever it is, try to have a reward at the end that's going to be so exciting for both you and your spouse. But maybe if your goal this year is to pay off loans, try to put some sort of reward at the end. Like after that, we're going to go out and have a fancy dinner out on the town to celebrate. Or we're going to go out on a little weekend trip without the kids, and grandma's going to watch the kids for a night or something like that. So see if you can attach some sort of positive reinforcement to the end of your goal. So we are tracking our goal on a debt-free chart. I talk about debt-free charts all the time. This is not sponsored, but it's the best place to find a fun chart to keep on track with your goals, whatever they are. The debt-free ones are free. So this Detrus one that we just got for this year's goal is super fun. So here I am putting in the $10,000 if that is your goal. And then there's 200 little Tetris pieces to color in. So you divide that, so you get 50. So each piece is worth 50. So it's a great way to track your progress. And then you can be like, guess what? I found 50 extra dollars. I shoveled some sidewalks. And then you get to color in one of those blocks towards reaching your goals. So we have put our big, huge honkin' goal on our chart, and we are starting to chip away at that and trying to strategize about how we can get there faster, which is kind of like a fun game. It's the game of Tetris. So even if you have gotten out of consumer debt, maybe you're trying to pay off your house, so turn your savings goal into a game by tracking that big goal and making sure there is a reward. So this year, to help us save money, we're going to be focusing on the gap. The gap that I'm talking about is the difference between your income and your spending. So I want to pay attention to both ends of that gap. I want to be seeing what can we do to increase our income and optimize the things that we're already doing. So my husband has some training that he can do for work at home. So if we have some extra time, that can be a great little side hustle, but it's really just maximizing his opportunity that he already has at his W-2 job to make a little extra money. Also, I want to grow on YouTube, and that will hopefully lead to more income there. And I want to optimize our Airbnb, make sure the pricing is right. That is one of the side hustles that we already do, and see how we can make sure that we are as booked as we can be. If you are an Airbnb host, you may have been noticing that things are dipping right now. So I want to be priced appropriately for the economy, because I would much prefer it to be booked than not booked, even if we aren't making as high of a nightly rate. My other big side hustle is that I am a music teacher, and I have around 25 students that I teach each week. And I don't think I can really change much about that, because I can't really take on many more students as I have 2 small children, and it's already quite a bit. So I'm not sure there's much financial growth for us there right now. Then we're looking at the other side of the gap, which is lowering those expenses. And for us, it's those unexpected extras and those car repairs we weren't planning for. because it's hard to think ahead. So that's definitely a failing of ours. Or sometimes we'll just be like, oh, this sounds fun. And then we just spend the money. And then I'm like, wait a minute. There was not a budget category for that, and now we're just gonna have to pay for it, and that's taking away from our savings goals. Especially in the middle of the month, I don't know, I get a little bit bored and I'm like, I should order something, or someone needs something, even though there's not money in the budget left. So I need to be careful about looking at the budget first, and not just buying things on a whim and then being like, we'll just figure it out later. Yeah, I'm not so great at that one. My husband also is interested in looking at each of those fixed expenses like the car insurance and the phone bill, seeing if there's any way to lower those, because that would be pretty painless, but also could save us a little extra money. So a little here, a little there. So we're trying to raise that ceiling and lower that floor a little bit so there can be more money to save towards our goals. Next up is budget. So sometimes budgeting is not my favorite activity, especially if it's not going as planned. But I think it's super important to just keep track of what your money is doing, how much you are spending, so that you know how much you are spending. And then I was thinking about, okay, what if we didn't have a budget at all? What would that even look like? And then I was realizing that then when we got our first paychecks, my husband gets 2 big paychecks a month, and then we wouldn't know how much we could save at the beginning of the month, because we wouldn't have an estimation of how much we were going to spend. So then we couldn't work towards our financial goals at the beginning of the month. We just kind of have to wait, and it would be just so easy for all that money to just drift away and be given to Amazon. So we have our budget cut up in 2. So when that first paycheck comes in, we get to calculate how much we need for the budget, and then all that extra can go in to our savings goals right away. But if you didn't keep track of that, you wouldn't know that, and then you couldn't just throw that money, get it out of your checking account right away, so that you couldn't give in to temptation. Next up is have goals for your year and even months. And I do this with my circle chart. I'll leave a link in the description so you can get your own. But I write down what our specific goals are for the year in the goals category. And then each month I'm writing down the things that are going to happen that month. So birthdays, because that affects your budget. So you need to put that in your budget. If you need to put on those snow tires, or that's when you pay your Amazon membership, or that's Mother's Day, so we need to budget a little bit more gift money, or Father's Day, or Christmas. So you have in mind all of those things when you're making your budget. And also you can put your goals on there specifically. So if you're going to buy a house, you can put apply for the loan here, and then move here, hopefully, just to keep you accountable for those goals. Or if you have fitness goals, you could put those on there, be like, okay, I'm scheduled to do this 5K here, or this weight competition, or whatever it is for you. You have those specific goals, and they're also time bound by the fact that they're on your circle chart. My circle chart gets better every single year because I keep getting more accurate, and I'm adding more things to it, oh, right, we go to the dentist at this time. Oh, we do this expense at this time. Oh, gotta watch out for this costume expense at Halloween, or the Easter baskets. And I get better at budgeting because I'm using my circle chart and I'm adding information to it each year. The last thing I'm working on to help us save money in 2023 is trying to define what is important for us and what success. I'm reading this book that my sister recommended, The Gap and the Gain. I'll leave a link in the description for that too. And it's basically about measuring success in a different way. So one of my measurements that I'm trying to measure success by was I present with my children and enjoying them for who they were at that moment. And that is a free activity. So how am I spending my time? If we can define what's important to us, and what's important to me is spending time with people that I care about, I want to focus on doing that, and that is often very free. So that could also save us money, so reaching more than one goal at once, and also kind of keeping my eyes off money and grateful for what I already have. Some other books that I would recommend on this sort of sorting out what's important to you would be Essentialism and Effortless. Those are both by Greg McNeil. Off the Clock, that's a really good one about time. Obviously, I have a lot of trouble in this area. I've read a lot of books on this topic about feeling content with what's happening right now and feeling grateful for that, but still trying to reach for those big goals. Also, Joshua Becker's newest book, Things That Matter, that's a really good book on this topic too. I made a whole book review about that one. So as we define things that are important to us that are not material, that can really help us realign our priorities and help us save money, because the things aren't what's important in life. Drop a comment and let us know how you are planning to save money in 2023. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one real soon. Bye for now.